My life began in the Tolga scrub on the Atherton tablelands. My mother and I were very happy together and kept the company of lots of mother bats and their babies. I was fed on mother's milk, washed, groomed and cuddled, and I sheltered in the protective wings of my mother. One day my mother seemed to weaken and we slowly fell down through the canopy to the ground. We were both very frightened. The life force slowly slipped away from her and I was now on my own, only 2 weeks old. It seemed many of the other bats were dying around me, and we were to learn later that they had probably picked up paralysis ticks while feeding on the wild tobacco plant. Fortunately for us, Tolga Bat Hospital were aware of our plight and came to our rescue. I was soon to bond with these caring people who were to provide the support I needed for the next 6 months.
Review mirror.
Once we were about 2 months old, we learned to feed ourselves and were able to go to the outside enclosure. Then the fun began. Mangoes, apples, bananas and banana smoothies. We still loved our milk though. We quickly became aware that the babies in the next cage all had their mothers. These were the lucky ones, who were rescued early enough that their mothers could be saved. However, time slowly healed us. We were then taken down to the large enclosure. This was a little bit scary as there were lots of big adult bats down there and we saw a lot less of our carers. But we had a lot of room to practice flying and I was always exhausted by morning. The day finally came for me and my friends to leave the safety of our bat hospital and go back to the wild. I was 4 months old and still had a lot to learn about bush food, predators, barbed wire fences, power lines and much more. Who do I hang with in the colony? How will I know when it's time to leave Tolga and go to the coast? I've been lucky to have a second chance at life and the freedom of the wild.